Hi, I'm Kayla. I was just getting on here to explain a little bit why I decided to start my channel. I am currently in the process of getting the gastric sleeve surgery. I made the decision actually about 3 years ago, and the person I was with wasn't supportive, so it kind of fell through. Now that I have a supportive spouse, I am in the process of doing it now. I am getting ready to be on month 4 of a 6-month process. I'm doing this because I have 2 little girls that look up to me, and they're just mommy girls. And I don't want them to pick up the body habits that I have, such as putting myself down, being self-conscious, conscience. Anyways, I don't want them to have that negativity. I don't want them to pick up my habit of doing it. I do it a lot, but I try not to do it in front of them. But you know how that goes. Somewhere along the line, you let it slip. But I've always had body issue problems, even when I was younger. I was never fat when I was younger. I was just thicker. I was just built thicker. I had hips, but in school, people used to make fun of me or call me fat, and that was the only thing they could ever try to put me down, is just calling me fat. And it didn't bother me at first because, I was very outgoing. I made friends everywhere I went. But after hearing that so many times and then getting in a relationship where they hide you, they don't want anybody to know that you're dating, I've gone through that. And it's so hard to be with someone that is afraid that someone's going to find out they're with you, because you're not the ideal girl that he should be with, because he's fit and ripped and very athletic and, outgoing and the cool kid at school. And that was kind of hard, but I did that for almost a year, and that really brought my self-esteem down, which is really sad. But now it's hard to forget that. It's like people tell me all the time, oh, you're pretty. Sometimes I feel pretty, sometimes I don't. Everybody has those moments. But when someone tells me that, I don't necessarily believe them. I just think, oh, they're just telling me that because they're my friend, or you're my husband, you're supposed to say that, or you're my parents, you're supposed to tell me that. It's not validated until a random stranger tells me, and then I'll be like, oh, okay, maybe I am not as bad looking as I think I am. And I have those bursts of moments where I do my hair, I do my makeup, get dressed up, and I feel kind of pretty, but then I look in the mirror and I'm like, I'm not really the best version I can be, and that's what I want to be. I want to be a good example for my kids. I want them to grow up being confident, being outgoing. Now I have anxiety so bad. When I go out, all I think is, oh my gosh, what are those people? They're looking at me. Are they thinking, oh wow, she's fat, or ooh, she shouldn't be wearing those type of clothes, or any little thing? I feel like people are judging me at all times. There was a point where I wouldn't even go to the store alone. I needed like a comfort blanket, whether that be my kids going with me, or my husband, or my mother, or a best friend. I needed somebody there because the anxiety would be so overwhelming that I would constantly feel judged. And then if there was a male cashier, I couldn't go check out. I would have to go put my stuff away and come back later, or walk around the store and wait to see if the shift changes or another lane opens with a female, sorry. I'm very conscious. I'm very distant from men. I tried not to put myself out there. Even when I don't put myself out there and someone like hits on me while we're out, I feel like maybe it's a joke. Maybe, like in the movies, go hit on the big girl or whatever. And I don't want to feel like that anymore. I mean, I know surgery's not going to fix everything, not mentally. It'll change me physically, but I still have a lot of work to do mentally wise, and I'm starting next month therapy so I can try to get over this anxiety. I'm grateful that it's not as bad as it used to be. I'm glad that I can go to the store, I can grocery shop by myself, I can go clothes shopping, the only thing right now is I can't go to a restaurant alone. That's just, I'll go through a drive-through before I go sit down somewhere by myself, because I feel people judge me, like, I can tell why she's here alone, or even though I'm married, they'll be like, she's a big girl, no one wants to be with her. Those are type things when you're mentally kind of messed up, it messes up the small things in life. Like people don't understand anxiety, and sometimes I don't even understand my own anxiety, which is really, really hard. But when people are like, oh, it's not a big deal, you're overreacting, that makes us feel even worse. You might think you're helping, but it's not. It's making us feel like we're crazy, like there's something wrong with us. And anxiety, it's not something that's wrong with you, it's something that happened to you that was wrong. And it changed your way of thinking. And it can be fixed with the right therapy and the right tools. And I have little things that I like to do. I have like a bracelet, a lava bracelet that I put peppermint on it, and it calms me down, the smell of peppermint. Different little things like I do that I didn't realize I did. My family picks up on that and will come over and be like, hey, you want to go step outside for a minute, or are you okay? Or they'll hold my hand, or just stand next to me, or take me away from the situation, just anything they can to help. But sometimes they still do the whole, it's okay, it's not a big deal, you're fine. You might think it's fine, you might think it's little, you might think it's stupid, but to us, it's a big deal. Sometimes it's kind of paralyzing, the anxiety. And then if you tack on depression on top of that, that's even harder, because your anxiety makes you feel overwhelmed with just anything, and then you're sad on top of that, and it's debilitating sometimes. And some people don't understand that, and it's okay. You don't have to understand it. You just need to figure a way that you can cope with it. And I'm hoping that with the therapy and with my surgery, that I can flip my world around to where it should be, where I can have a normal life, where I can have fun, where I can take my kids to the park and not feel judged, not being scared on a swing set that I might break it, or going down the slide, or climbing up the monkey bars and things like that. Those are the things that I want to be able to do. I want to be able to take my kids to the pool. I want to be able to just go to amusement parks and feel fine. Not feel like everybody is looking at me, everybody is judging me, everybody is just in disgust about my looks. And it's okay, I've learned to remove yourself from things, but once you remove yourself from so much, that's kind of where the depression comes in, because you can't do things you want to do. And I hope that my girls never feel like this, but if they ever do, I want them to know that I understand to a point, because everybody's anxiety is different, everybody's depression is different, every person is different, every coping skills that people use are different. It depends on the person, it depends on the situation, and that's okay. But don't put someone down because you don't understand. A lot of times, people with anxiety and depression just need someone to listen and just hold them, or just hug them, or watch a movie with them. Just something to get their mind off of their world, their anxiety and depression world. Try to bring them over to your happy world. Just anything. I just thought I'd get on here and just kind of, rant a little bit, I guess, or vent to let everybody understand a little bit, I guess. But I still have a few months to go and a few more classes, and I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you.